Leopard print vest. Why do they love their vest, dude?
What's going on? Everybody's streaming things about this protest going down in DC. Decided to leech off of everybody else, and we're just gonna pull up different streams. You want to see some coverage? Came to the right place. You want to have a little bit of a discussion? You came to the right place. Welcome. Thanks for being here, and let's get going.
As the rioting was starting, this lady was out here praising Hitler. Listen to her. This is a Congress lady.
Bill Montgomery, who was instrumental in getting a turning point for the started and said, Mary, we need you to represent this generation has a responsibility to
What you thought? What?
We're still going to be using and last minute children. This is radical. Hitler was right on one thing. He said, whoever has a youth has the future.
Hitler was right. Yeah. Why would you even quote Hitler?
To quote him to say what? Whoever has the
youth has the future.
She couldn't find someone else to quote that?
I mean, whoever has the youth has the future. I'll tell you this.
Why even bring him up?
Yeah.
He was right on one thing.
Yeah, they seem to be they're Jewish, so they're gonna be more upset. But like, the quote is fine. It's just strange that they choose Hitler. Hitler was right about one thing at least. But yeah, those who control the children will control the future. So don't let teachers influence you.
Hitler was right.
Hitler was right.
This is Mary Miller from Illinois.
So she's the one that was speaking?
Yeah.
All Jews.
All Jews. Thank you, Kimstar. Hitler was right on one thing. What was he right about, Kimstar?
Death to all Jews.
Right.
Hey Matt, how's it going there? We're just chilling, leeching off streams, just diving into the DC protests and things that are happening in DC right now. This isn't going to be the only thing that we're watching here. I have Twitter pulled up so we can go through real time and everything else, but we're just chilling out.
It's really not such a
Leech stream.
quote.
Right. It's a very basic concept.
To go to the Hitler was right.
How fucking dare she? I'm sorry.
I mean,
How could you even have those words in any sentence that comes out of your mouth?
Especially
Hitler was right. Just
how
stop right there.
thousands of fucking Americans died fighting Nazis.
Oh my god.
Dumb fuck.
What Jewish ancestors like fuck you. Like seriously, like fuck yourself. Like that's awful.
You sound like Antifa to me. Actually, it does sound literally like Antifa. Antifa. I'm like, every time I hear Antifa, anti-fascism, I'm like, I'm anti-fascism. I am anti-fascism.
Wow, this
anti-fascism.
can't.
Hitler quote was not in favor of Hitler. What is that supposed to mean?
Well, okay, fucking genius. She said he was right about one thing, right? Why bring him up?
That's
the point. It's a very basic.
The point is that they can't get past using Hitler as somebody to.
Hitler was right about anything. That's just insane.
I'm sure
They can't get past it. It's so emotional.
But why bring him up? Like other people.
It's like saying Ted Bundy. You said hello to me once, and it was right about that.
Ted Bundy was right about one thing. You have to be distrustful of women, or whatever you gotta say. Don't trust women. It's like you normalizing praising Hitler. Yeah. He was right about this one thing, and maybe this other thing.
Now it's all of a sudden turned to normalizing the praise of Hitler.
Maybe he was to all Jews. He was right about that, and he's right about that. Maybe he was right about this. Shut up. Fuck her. If you support her, fuck you too.
These guys, eh?
What?
H3 used to be an interesting channel to watch. Funny, comedy, and they've just been basing themselves on politics so much more.
What the fuck is this? What is this white trash bullshit? What did they smash?
They always act like they're so much more
Oh, yeah.
like morally superior.
I also smash everything inside.
They hate the media.
Fake news media.
Is this Antifa?
It's like Antifa to me.
It's not that
These
cable.
people don't understand. They're such fucking hypocrites. Oh my god. I could just die of the irony.
There's no vandalism happening.
All they did was break into the Capitol. Damn. Brother. What a nightmare. What's going on? Is the National Guard breaking the show up? Like what's happening?
They have been called in. I haven't seen any videos showing.
Has anyone got the news open? Like a news feed? All they did was break into the Capitol, unlike Black Lives Matter.
Burning cities
Well,
down.
There's a curfew at 6. It's 5:30 right now, and so we'll see what happens.
Oh,
During that.
that's gonna be-
That's probably
that's
when
when fun begins.
Yeah, exactly.
Send AIEN to the Capitol.
Well, let's just go on Twitter and look up some stuff. All I did is type in DC, not even like anything. We'll see what they're saying over on the old Twitterverse. Talk about it. Mayor of DC is showing the leadership Donald Trump uses to. The city's going under curfew at 6. They'll be taking this nonsense down, clearing out the fools. Arrests will be made and additional law enforcement is coming. This is being dealt with by DC now. But it puts in perspective that the left is clearly a much more authoritarian regime than the right seems to be, which is an odd statement to say because that's not the way things normally play out. But looking into the actions that are being put forth, then you can clearly see there is a little bit of authoritarian action being put in place, especially with shutting everything down, making sure that restaurants and hotels would stop serving individuals, like really crack down on what was happening here. So it's kind of fucked up to see in response to everything that's been happening through the country for the past 8 months, 9 months, almost a year. So that's crazy. There's a Confederate flag inside DC. They said, Dusty said, I got no words. I can't tell you. You know, he's got a Confederate flag inside DC. My God, we're all going to die. We're all going to hell. Pretty much it's the sentiment that I get from that. We're all going to hell. We're all going to die. There's a flag inside DC. To all my POC and LGBTQ plus moots living in DC, please stay safe. All you moots out there, please stay safe. Make sure all the moots are safe. Let's see what we got here. Any videos? You gotta show me anything? Let's see. Oh, this is what's happening in DC right now. We got Trump supporters and Nazis and Back the Blue, and then what are these? Southern Comfort. We got all of them coming at you, pointing you. Yeah, okay, there, bud. Okay, I don't know. We'll see what's happening. We'll get to some more live coverage here in a little bit. If you want to stick around, drop a like, drop a, more so drop a comment. Let's talk about some shit in the comments there. But yeah, looking on from Australia, all this summer stuff. Let's look at this video. Here we go. Oh, that's actually just some video gameplay. Jesus, there's nothing happening, eh? No, there's clearly a lot of shit happening. But I don't know. Batman's showing up. How wild is it? We got Batman arriving at the Capitol. That's right. From amidst the smoke came Batman, only to save the day. Well, you get it. He's walking through. Batman. Get it? Cool beans. Cool beans. What's this girl talking about?
Started leading right as Trump was finishing. We started leading right as Trump was finishing. So we have no idea what happened at the Capitol. But I'm going to tell you my
Well,
impression
she doesn't
based on
know,
what I saw today.
but she has an
There were
impression.
several infiltrations from Antifa dressed up as MAGA. I believe that is who stormed the Capitol. That's what's going on.
She's blaming Antifa, saying that they're dressing up as MAGA individuals, and they're the ones that are storming the Capitol. What do you guys think? You think that's plausible?
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, here we go. And they just reached the Capitol again.
Yeah. Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh my God. Police are squabbling with protesters. Did you know that this is what is happening live in DC? So what's going on? Everyone's storming the Capitol building. Okay, there, bud. We got a noose outside of Washington, fire Congress, all sorts of stuff going on. Looking pretty wild, if you ask me. And see what are these guys saying?
That believes in democracy, the American experience.
Yeah, right. We're out of there. We're gonna get into something else. And check out some live streams. See what's happening in DC. What's happening on RT? Nothing. Try to find someone who's not a news station. A whole bunch of streams, maybe not. What's going on? Something up? Something happening? Well, not that. I mean, it might be all right if you could hear anything.
Speaking with the cops right now, I have to stand back here until.
I can run.
This kind of sucks, eh? Everybody, how do you feel? Kind of sucks. Need to find something with some good coverage, but I don't really want to be watching it through a news organization. If anybody has any good streams, drop them in the chat. But it is what it is. We'll keep looking and going on.
Heard that they're bringing more police in, or officers in from Virginia. Places. Okay, so the police looks like they're doing a push. Yeah, the police are doing a push.
So it looks like we have a couple different streams going on here.
They brought a way lot more reinforcements tonight. Mostly media up here in front of this line. Still, Patriots up here.
So I guess if you just go on what are we doing here? If I just go on to YouTube and I type in protest, check this out. It comes up with developing news at the top, and it's from CNN. And so the police are clearing out Trump supporters, yada yada yada. The U.S. Capitol building after it was breached, and blah blah blah. Fuck off, you cunt. Like, who knows? But yeah, just want to throw that out there.
Right. Yeah. I think it's very hard to justify it at this point. Leanne Caldwell, I'm glad to get you on to make sure your family knows you're all well and safe as well. So Leanne, thank you. Let me go back onto the street on the outside of the Capitol. That's where Yasmin Vasugian is. Yasmin, tell me what you're seeing from your vantage point right now.
So Chuck, you and I spoke a couple hours ago. Since then, it was really chaotic. Now things have dialed back a little bit. The DC Metro Police, they've managed to push the protesters all the way off the Capitol Hill lawn. So just a couple of hours ago, as we were broadcasting, right, there were thousands of folks. I mean, you could see them up on the Capitol Hill steps. They were trying to breach the Capitol. They got inside the Capitol, as we well know. But then we saw those flashbangs. We saw the tear gas being dispersed. They were trying to push those protesters, those rioters, off of the Capitol Hill steps. We were there to see it all. We saw these major flashbangs coming out of the Capitol building, and then the police and the Capitol Police, along with the DC Metro Police, they began to push the rioters and the protesters back off of the Capitol Hill steps gradually. And this is kind of formulaic for them. This is something they do. This is something that we've seen throughout.
Just something that they do all the time, right?
So
something that they're constantly doing. They're never not doing. So what can I say?
They form these police lines that you see behind me of DC Metro Police, and they gradually push the protesters and the rioters back to retreat from the Capitol Hill building. And that's what they've been doing for the last hour or so as we creep closer and closer. I don't know what time it is right now. It's around, we're hovering around 6 p.m., which is when there's going to be the curfew in place for the DC area, as the mayor said a little bit earlier. But gradually, with this police line behind me, they've been pushing the protesters and.
I don't even know what's the word. Look, he's proven himself so many times by now to support the wrong ideas, to not stand up against the wrong people, and it's just unacceptable at this point.
Yeah, Trump, he's proven himself not to stand up against the wrong people.
At this point.
He doesn't want to be tyrant. He doesn't want to give up power.
I'm just going back to making fun of these guys. This is much funner. Much more fun for me.
I saw
much
the
funner.
evil in him was when the Tiki Torches came out and he said there's good people on both sides.
That
So
was just,
when
it
you
was,
didn't have a strong statement.
you didn't have a strong statement against that, and I just didn't choose to watch the entire video.
It doesn't matter. The leader has always got to be saying the right.
They put into
Sending a good
perspective just how
message, even if I'm
ignorant,
good message, standing up
ignorant these
against
people
the
are.
bad people. You know who the bad people are.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
Yeah,
way
they
that
tell
he
you all the
couldn't
time
say
on
just
the
a
TV.
clear message. That was the moment for me when I was like, wow,
So
that's just
the moment for her when she realized Donald Trump was truly evil is when he didn't give a clear statement denouncing Nazis or white supremacists after the Charlottesville rally, and said there were fine people on both sides. So that literally shows just how ignorant these individuals are, and especially just this, well, both of them, they're both super ignorant.
They have been told that the Capitol is now secure.
Oh, good.
Oh, good, good. Nice. The news told me. So,
Congress is going to get back in.
all right, Congress, come on back in. Hey there, Roy O'Connor. Thanks for joining. We're just watching. I was watching different things on that were just covering the riots and stuff, but now I went back to H3 covering the riots and kind of just making fun of them because they are super ignorant when it comes to politics, yet continuously just they have the right to have their own opinion. It's just funny to hear them talk about it and how annoying they tend to be. I used to be a really big fan. Not that I'm not a fan of them now. They just annoying, super annoying. And they're watching it, so leeching.
got something coming from Dan. Oh no. What is this? A noose outside the Capitol.
What do I think about the riots? The riots happening right now, or riots that have been happening over the past, past year or so? Unfortunately,
Oh, that's sad.
Unfortunately, I think that there have been riots happening through the past year, and I don't agree with any of it. I think that could all be wrong. As we heard earlier in the stream, a woman was saying that she believed that it was Antifa dressed as Trump supporters storming the Capitol building. But who knows? Who really knows? Like what's going on? There are a lot of people there, and there shouldn't be rioting. People get pushed to their wits' end, and they think that they're fighting for something they believe in. They think they're doing the right thing, and violence is never the answer, but happens.
I just hope this is it. My hope is that they had their fun, they could cause their trouble.
Yeah, H3H,
they
the
go
art
in,
trash.
certify the vote, and this is it. I don't know if this is going to be it though, because there's going to be inauguration day. Trump's got to actually leave the fucking White House. He's got to physically leave the White House, right? It's a big if.
Complex, but
I'm still tripping on this report that Pence ordered the National Guard. That really does not make sense. I mean, is he in charge now?
Every way you look at it is very disturbing.
Yeah.
The one person we haven't heard from at all
Is
Senate Leader Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell. He hasn't come out anywhere and spoken on camera since his speech on the Senate floor earlier this afternoon. And of course, we're all waiting to hear what he has to say and what House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has to say about what's going to happen next. We're just now hearing some kind of announcement over the loudspeaker here in one of the Senate office buildings. It's a little bit hard to make out what
This is so dystopian and weird.
individuals about this impending
If he thinks this is dystopian and weird, he may have wanted to maybe brush up on what's been happening throughout the past year in America.
We're in the Russell Senate office building, Nancy, which is just to the north of the Capitol. Hey, one question you mentioned we hadn't heard from Leader McConnell. Do we know the whereabouts of Speaker Pelosi? And do we have any sense that
You don't want to say where she could be doing.
You don't want to say where she is, obviously, but you can definitely just question where Mitch McConnell is. Of course, bitch McConnell.
And where they are now.
Look at this guy.
Giving us absolutely no information
I think about how stupid these people sound.
Do you know where Nancy Pelosi is? Could you share what address she's at?
Yeah.
And what kind of security?
They
details?
literally just said the exact same thing for Mitch McConnell, and these individuals were making fun of it. What the fuck is happening? Did I hear that right, or am I not right?
Crazy. All right, let's check back in at 7. Pardon me, 6.
6 is the curfew.
That's in 10 minutes. I'm not gonna listen to these motherfuckers talk for 10 minutes.
Until the curfew hits.
Jeffrey Kanye.
Jeffrey Kanye.
The other biggest story.
Yeah, I'm not gonna listen to these guys talk for 10 minutes. We'll come back, and if we don't find something happen, we're literally watching the same thing.
How
Anyway.
they disperse crowds. We've seen this over and over again in situations like this.
NBC News. What we're watching. Hey, Mustard Skaven. Thanks for joining us. It's been quite a while. I was banned off YouTube for a bit. Thought I'd come back tonight, just hang out, chill out. H3 generalizes all Trump supporters. With a few examples of those who are outliers and do things like the wave the Confederate flag, but if it's someone on the left acting crazy, they have excuses. Exactly. Yes, they are super emotional, and Ethan tries to pander and he tries to virtue signal as much as he can in order to have the right opinion. As long as he's saying what he believes other people are going to agree with, he's going to say it. And Hila is just a hard leftist. She's super emotional, doesn't think with rationale, just all emotion, and that's pretty much it. He looks to her to see what is correct, and she's just thinking with her with her heart too much instead of her brain.
Something of a buzzing siren type noise, and then
when you could hear a loud announcement that informed everyone here of the curfew, saying that the curfew's in effect at 1800 hours. That's of course 6 p.m.
That's of
Eastern
course
time.
6 p.m. If you didn't know, you dumb idiots. That's right, they do ban the truth.
So we are, as we have said all day long, in the Senate office building, the Russell Senate office building, which is across the street from the U.S. Capitol. So we heard it.
So law enforcement shot a woman inside of the Capitol building. That woman died. You can see it on the street.
The Capitol. Our reporters there obviously would have been the ones to hear that. But if we heard it here, that would indicate it was also broadcast throughout the Capitol system. There is an alert system that's built in here. We hear them from time to time for drills, or if there are, on occasion, there are suspicious packages that prompt an evacuation of an office building or something along those lines. But of course, this is the message that's being delivered here about 5:50 or so p.m. to everyone that's at the Capitol, that the curfew is in effect and that if they don't leave, they will be subject to arrest. So as we've been reporting, a number of different law enforcement agencies on site here, this announcement suggests to me they may be stepping up arrests as they start to try and get a handle on this situation. And Savannah, I also want to circle back to something that we've been talking about throughout the afternoon, and that is this determination to get the business of our government back underway. And I would say at this hour, I'm still texting back and forth with a number of members, both of the House and the Senate, as they try to figure out what those plans are. And I do think that we should expect that determination not to falter. I think the plans are still in the works, and I think that everyone seems to be in agreement in both houses and on both sides of the aisle that it's very clear.
Yeah, like we'll go back to H3 when in 10 minutes here, because they you know, they're always fun to discuss and whatnot. But the virtue signaling is pretty nuts when it comes to Ethan, and yeah, he's been very outstandingly what do you want to call it, edgy, quote unquote, throughout his time on YouTube. But now decides that he is the one to take the moral grandstand and tell everybody how they should and shouldn't act. But either way. And yeah, Mustard, Skaven, you're right.
In that taped statement that was released a short time ago, in which he reiterated those false claims of voter fraud, but did call for peace, urged his supporters not to resort to violence. But I can tell you that there is a push right now to get the president to come out and speak and to say something forceful, to make a strong statement, to essentially say, stand down. And it comes as we are hearing from some of his former officials on Twitter, Alyssa Farah, one of them, who essentially says, I am one of you, to the MAGA world, as she puts it. She says, before I worked for the president, I worked for Mark Meadows, Jim Jordan, and she goes on to say, I need you to hear me. The election was not stolen. We lost. Strong statements also from Mick Mulvaney, the former chief of staff here, as well as Kellyanne Conway, one of the former top advisors to President Trump, who are essentially urging the president to come out and to make a strong statement and urging the people who stormed the Capitol to stand down. So that is the scene here. I was just speaking to a number of top officials. I can tell you they are watching these developments unfold. President Trump himself watching these developments unfold, Savannah, and it's not clear that he has any plans or any intentions to come out and speak this evening. But I can tell you that there is a somber mood here at the White House, and frankly, a number of officials have a stricken look on their face as they watch all of this unfold. Of course, coming just hours after President Trump addressed a crowd of thousands and essentially reiterated those false claims
Trump,
of fraud, tried to pressure
doesn't seem to be
Vice President Mike Pence to take actions that
classic Democrat or Republican.
Under the law to block
Simply an
election
opportunist.
results from being counted and from announcing the winner as Joe Biden. And there is a sense that in that speech, the president was riling up his supporters. And now this is what has come from a day and weeks of a lot of energy toward trying to relitigate this election. So, Savannah, I can just tell you the pressure is mounting here on President Trump to do more.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty extraordinary to hear from former officials who were diehards, who worked for the president until those last moments, to say it's enough, it's over. What about Vice President Pence? Of course, he was over there at the Capitol presiding over the Senate at this time. And the last best information we had was that he was still there. that it was not safe for him to even go that.
Oh, so
short
they can talk
distance
about where
back to the
Mike
White House.
Pence
Have you
is,
heard
but
anything about
you don't
his
want to
whereabouts? Any
talk about
update?
where Nancy
That is
Pelosi
the
is.
latest that we know, Savannah, that of course he, as well as the members of Congress, the senators there.
What are these motherfuckers doing?
Not that. Any days, okay, well, you know.
Spend 10 minutes,
It's
guys.
just
Get
that
back to it.
exercise are
Get
enough
back
make
to it
me
so I can make more fun.
savage at, and then guys who
See what's good.
10:30. That's true. That's fucked up. With McDonald's, you pull McDonald's and there's no McMuffin, I'm ready to storm the Capitol. I'm ready to erect a giant cross outside the Capitol.
Yeah.
Do the business of
Trump supporters are like super hard Christians, if you didn't know.
allies break with him really for the first time publicly, and to say that he does not believe that the Constitution gives him the authority to in any way try to block the vote count. And so breaking with the president in that very public way and making it clear to the president, making it clear to the American people that that's how he viewed his role and that is how he plan to proceed and will proceed once these proceedings get underway. And so a really stark, dramatic development there. And it's also worth noting that the Senate's top Republican, Mitch McConnell, also broke with President Trump today and said flatly that there just was not the type of massive, widespread fraud that the president is trying to suggest that there was, and that essentially the country's democracy will head toward a death spiral if elections are litigated and relitigated in this type of manner. Savannah.
All right, Kristen, stand by. Thank you so much. I want to go to Pete Williams. Pete, we are starting to see
If
some,
people don't just
more
accept the
aggressive
results of this
action on the
election,
part of
even though
enforcement
there
to
were
kind of
multiple
disperse the
counts of
crowd and
fraudulent activity, then we are going to full out spin into a death spiral.
how to respond to this afternoon.
Sure. Well, let me come back to that, if I may, and answer the question about the vice president first. The initial thought was, when this all happened, let's get the vice president out of here. The Secret Service, as I understand it, concluded that there really was no safe way to get him out of the building and away, so he remained there. Now he's staying there because the Senate wants to continue. At least the senators in the House want to keep going tonight, and he has to preside. He is required by the Constitution to preside. So I think the reason he's still there is that at first they didn't know what they were going to do, but couldn't get him out of there. Now they want to continue with the count, so he has to stay there to preside over it. So that's the answer to that question.
So after a woman was shot inside the Capitol building, they want to continue the vote, and they're not going to let this stop them.
Why aren't the police making arrests? These people went into the Capitol. They violated a number of different federal laws. They damaged property. They trespassed. They disrupted. They did all kinds of things. Why aren't we seeing more arrests? Now, we don't have a definitive answer to the question of whether there was a strategy or a decision made by the Capitol Police or Metro Police, who were initially on the scene, simply not to do that because they felt they were outmanned. I suspect that's it, that they just felt that their main goal was to try to preserve whatever the safety of the members first. But I think that the feeling that I've gotten from talking to other law enforcement people watching this is, yes, the people in the building were overwhelmed, weren't able to stop and start making arrests. They were severely outnumbered, and that, however, a lot of those people that were there are eventually going to be charged and may not realize this, but there's pictures like that, the one we're looking at right now. There are video cameras inside the building. There are all these pictures that law enforcement will be going over now and trying to identify these people and run them down and arrest them and charge them with a number of different offenses. So I think it looks odd to think that these people are simply being escorted off the grounds. And I've had law enforcement people say, I can't believe what I'm seeing, that they're not being arrested. But what we're told is charges ultimately will be filed on a lot of these people. Now, clearly, it would be a lot better if they could just arrest them on the spot. But I think the feeling was the law enforcement initially was simply outnumbered.
Well, that I think is the real point. What's really disturbing is that they weren't able to be stopped and thwarted.
The real problem is the fact that they couldn't have stopped them. I haven't heard any of this rhetoric for the past year, except for tonight. Where were the police? Why are they not making arrests? Were they outnumbered? Were they too afraid? Did they not know what to do? What was happening? Why couldn't they just arrest them all?
Did I want to stay here?
Hey there, Mercury. Hope you're doing well during these turbulent times as well.
Likely from a bunch of people posting stuff that got flagged and whatnot.
Have you visited DC before?
What a shame. 3D.
Brother went there. There's only like 5 people there.
They're also saying we should sneak into Area 51 while they're distracted.
This totalitarianism, and now everyone's like so shocked that Trump is basically openly.
We're back.
Thanking rioters. From Antifa is the enemy of the state, openly thanking rioters. Here we are, folks.
Oh, so Antifa. What do you think? Do you think Antifa's rioters then?
Unbelievable shit.
But that they were essentially using procedural.
We're back.
But it wasn't live ammo. And his point is, actually, it was. And you should have known better. And not only were you incautious, but you are partially to blame for that which we have seen play out in the United States Capitol. Quite obviously, a set of circumstances none of us in our wildest,
darkest
could
imaginations.
have imagined.
No, tonight was something that none of us within our wildest, darkest imaginations could have fathomed would happen.
House, but members of the Senate on their knees with gas masks on, with bags over their heads.
We need you, Mustard. Without you, what do we got?
Guns drawn, trying to push back protesters. On the phone is Congresswoman Susan Wild. She is a Democrat from Pennsylvania. And Congresswoman, tell us what today was like for you.
It was a very emotional and difficult day, still is. It's possibly the most frightening thing that I've been about to in my lifetime. And it was a day that will last in our memory for a very long time.
Oh my God, that is so good. How it started, how it's going. That is amazing. That photo,
It's actually a pretty good picture.
I can't let them out like that. Oh boy, what a fucked up picture. Look at this.
Oh boy, what a fucked up picture.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
We love American democracy, except when our guy loses.
And it's not really about that, I don't think. I think it's more so these people believe that he didn't lose. If it was just there was no instance of fraud, and it was like cut and dry, and you fucking lost, and it's like, yo, man, you lost. Just get out. Okay, figure it out. Get out. I'm not 100% sure if that's how it went down. No, is it?
The form of having a fucking democracy when the vice president could just be like, nah. Ladies and gentlemen of Congress, nah.
Sorry.
Okay, I guess he's staying. Like,
What it means for the future, assume the business at hand of approving the electors. I would like to see the objectors withdraw the
What's that?
section, but I'm quite certain that they
someone on the stream said something.
Oh, no.
She's like, something about the tweet. Anyway, let's see. We have, you guys know that Pope Francis liked another model's ass pic? As we wait for more news. You guys heard the story about Pope Francis liked that Brazilian girl with the big ass? And they launched this whole investigation and everything. We're actually working on getting a stained glass.
Oh, that Trump tweet that we read? Twitter didn't remove it, but they have.
What did they do?
It down. You cannot
They locked
reply, retweet, or like it.
Well,
No.
isn't that usually what they
No,
do?
Trump
Just
lied.
fucking delete it, you fucking pussy.
Just delete the tweet. Just get rid of his speech, please.
Yeah.
Shut him down.
But you can
Like, it puts into perspective how authoritarian these people are. Anything they disagree with, why don't you just get rid of it? Why don't you just shut it down? People can't see that. People cannot be exposed to that
The
information
United States tweeting shit that here, let me show it.
that I disagree with.
The United States quoting shit that's fucking inciting violence. So what are they supposed to do? And he's still the president, right? So like on one hand, it has this historical value. He's the fucking president, right?
I know, but everyone already got their screenshots. We know.
Go home with love and in peace. Remember this day forever. He's inciting violence.
And then,
Same with this video.
yeah.
We all got a copy of it at this point.
So you're saying Facebook erased the video, huh?
That's what Dr. Ding tweeted. That Facebook deleted it.
What a dude! This tweet is like next level shit. This last one.
These are the things and events that happen when
Very
a
special.
sacred
Very
landslide
special.
election is a victory is so
Man, he's masked off
whatever. I
today,
can't
isn't
even
he?
fucking read it.
So anyway, I was saying, we're
Unceremoniously
getting a
and
stained glass
vigorously
window
stripped
of
away
Francis,
from
the
the
acid
great
light
fucking
on
leader. Blah
Instagram.
blah blah. It's literally I'm so like the idea, like the fucking
lifetime of virginity.
narrative that's being driven inside of like the world that these people live in is it's a different world than I live in.
This one here. He likes thick women, I'm noticing. Although he is
So they should just stick to things like this, you know.
He's like, oh, look at this. I love this post. He's like, I'd like to get a bite of that.
The way they edited it.
Yeah. So apparently, I don't know if the church is even trying to explain this shit anymore. You know what I mean? The Vatican said it was asking Instagram for an explanation, insisting we can exclude that the light came from the Holy See. Yeah, somebody was jerking off in the Vatican for sure. Let me look on my Twitter because I feel like I've got a ton. Let me play this. I'm gonna look for good shit on Twitter because I feel like I've got
votes. We should once again just let everyone know that the DC curfew is now in effect.
We're gonna see some fucking shit go down now, boys.
Enforced the securing of the United States Capitol.
This is when they gotta start playing WAP on a loudspeaker.
Front of the Capitol. They have been told that inside the Capitol is secure, and yet the lawmakers are still secluded and kept in this secure area.
Which we're not gonna say.
Republican Senate objectors.
Which we're not gonna say. Don't tell them where it is.
Separate from the rest of the Senate, they were being held in a holding room. We're getting full reports of reporters who split up to monitor the place, and one of them tells us that Senators Braun of Indiana, Ted Cruz of Texas, Josh Hawley of Missouri, and others are meeting in a separate room together outside of the larger room where the rest of the Senate is being
You think
held.
these guys still have the
These are
fucking
folks that
balls
have
to
to
protest?
signal to the rest of the Senate
You know what I mean?
how far and to what extent
Yeah. Are they still gonna do this bullshit?
I feel like they do because they're like so deep in
He's still gonna get up and talk about fraud.
It's like when you bluff in a poker game, but you go all in.
Right, you're like, I'm gonna lose everything, and if I should bluff, I'll let you. Yeah.
I can't believe they believe these people. I guess pretty fucked up, honestly. But like, I think that H3 outlines the classic leftist template of moral superiority and how they come off so off-putting by their demeanor and the way that they feel is like it seems as though they believe as though they're better than you are, and it seems like anything that they say, if you disagree, then you must be retarded.
We are following the concern and international development happening in the United States. We call on
Like,
all
they can't
parties
fathom
in
the
the US
fact
to
that there
maintain,
may be
restrain,
separate
and
ideas,
prudence.
or separate narratives being driven, and that the information that they've received may not all be correct, or they may not have even received all of the information. Like this woman literally talking about Trump not demeaning, not saying that white supremacists and Nazis were bad during the Charlottesville rally. That'll prove to you who does the research and who doesn't. Ask them that question. Did Trump ever denounce Nazis? Ever? Has he ever done that?
If they don't follow through, at least some of them. Couldn't these people come right back tonight and try to do it again?
Yeah.
That's going to be part of the calculation, potentially.
Yeah.
There is a way to describe what would be happening. We thought about this.
It's crazy.
We now say that it has fueled something that we consider to be out of control and uncontrollable. We are going to stick with the Constitution. We ask you to do the same. And if you don't, we will be in violation of the law and the spirit of not only federalism but constitutionalism. And we
New York Times has some photos here. Observers in the Capitol donned escape hoods and sought shelter in the house. As a
Escape hoods because they're afraid of Corona.
Oh god, that was a bit terrifying.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What is going on?" Those are pretty sick. Not as cool as ours.
The hell is
What's with
that?
the baggie? They didn't look that secure. The contraption looks legit, but what's with the baggie? That looks like
The hell is that?
yeah, it's interesting.
Bro, what the fuck? Oh, that's Antifa. You could tell by the bright shields.
Oh, that's true. Right.
That she has
Bunch of dummies, eh?
and so
That's crazy. I can't believe we saw that.
That's crazy. Can't believe we saw that.
Worse, you could have got pepper spray.
one death, multiple arrests, and also multiple others transported to hospitals for a number of different injuries. But we have that update for you at this hour. There is also, because of what
Something
has
from Ian's come in. Paul Gosar trying to walk back his call for election audit. Who's Paul Gosar? Is that the?
Is that the guy that had funny videos?
Who's the Gosar?
He was the guy where his whole family like made a
Yeah, that they all hated him.
Oh, he got ghosted.
Yeah, right. He got ghosted.
Oh, look at he's walking it back. Literally before they were saying that Trump should tell everybody not to be violent. Looks like that's what this guy's doing.
Got ghosted. Okay, I said let's do an audit. Let's not carry away here. This is from 3 hours ago, so this is kind of like early hour. Oh my god, look at them scaling like goddamn DayZ up in this bitch. Look at these zombie ass fucking.
But they're gonna disregard that. They're gonna disregard the fact that he's simply telling them not to fucking pillage, loot, be idiots.
Let's not get it away here. I don't want anyone hurt. We are protesting the violation of our laws. We are builders, not destroyers. Black Lives Matter burns and loots. We build. No, apparently not. Negative. If anyone on the ground reads this and is beyond the line, come back. Nice job, Gozer. You have saved the day.
Negative. Everybody
Your whole
fucks
family
up.
hates you,
Yeah.
So, but what
How is
more do you
anyone
need to
gonna
know?
listen to you?
Yeah.
These guys are so cool.
It's awesome. The Gozer. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna step away from this. Some guy chilling in Pelosi's office. This was good. Yeah, feet up on her desk.
So disturbing.
I mean, this guy's gonna go to jail, right?
Better.
He better.
Part of the president are seen sitting in the
It's
office of
illegal.
Nancy Pelosi, and they and many others breached the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday. At 3 p.m., rioters were using ropes and makeshift ladders to reach the north side of the Capitol.
He better go to
More
jail.
Far more.
They all need to be held accountable for their actions.
But that's funny. They're like, some dipshits were using ropes. Other people just walked.
I love it.
So he got a gun in his hand? Looks like a rifle.
Where? Oh.
He's a rifle.
It's an assault
It's definitely
gun.
some kind of weapon.
It's definitely some kind of weapon.
That looks like a rifle.
Or something. The top of it looks like a mount for camera to me.
It's an assault gun. Ban it.
Maybe. Either way.
Either way, whether it's a gimbal for a camera or a gun.
At least Antifa knows to cover their face when they're doing crime.
That's the main way that you know it's not Antifa.
Right.
On issues like vaccines and
The absent from this is the president of the United States.
Correct. That is
Why not? Because the president has been left out of this
public
decision making.
statement illustrating the decision made by the vice president on this.
Oh, wait.
And that is an exercise of power to enlarge the law enforcement presence to quell this uprising. The senior most member of the Trump administration to ratify that was the vice president. That gets us a little bit farther down the road operationally to this conversation we were just having about who's exercising power. The vice president just exercised power in consultation with the bipartisan leadership of the United States Congress and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of
Trisha just
Staff.
posted her nudes on Twitter. You gotta love that. Ew, God, fuck me. She's like totally. I'm sorry, Trisha, but oh God, she posted this on Twitter. I just thought it was. Oh my God, fuck, dude. You see that, Dan?
OnlyFans feed every day.
I just think it's funny. I just have breaking news. Trisha just posted her nudes on Twitter. Well, it's just a funny timing.
Oh.
25 minutes ago, she's posting her news. That's funny, right? Breaking news. Great. That's all. That's my like.
She's trying to love Joe Biden.
What, AB?
I said she's just trying to spread some love during this time.
All right.
Yeah.
So
She read more than love.
So
trust me.
uniting tweet.
I just saw the pictures.
But there was, I looked on the website of this organization to stop the steal, to bring this.
She looked on the website, you know?
Organized primarily by Women for Trump is the primary organizing
Wait.
Where?
avenue among
Women?
others. I imagine that's just a fundraising vehicle for.
I imagine that's not actually real.
I kind of want to keep going to cover this, but I think we should let the dogs out and get some food and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to do like.
I don't know. How do we wrap this up?
Do you mind taking the doggies out? Okay. I just feel bad. But I think we'll go till like probably 5, if that's okay with you guys. Because that's when we have to take Theodore. So I cannot go past 5.
I'm ride or die.
Okay.
Let's go to 5 a.m.
I would go live if I could, but
Sure, we'll stick with him. We'll stay here.
yeah, I am Hassan.
Does he
Hassan
have an
is,
OnlyFans? Probably not. She's a fucking prude.
Hassan, back the fuck up. Maybe I can go all night if Theo puts Theodore to bed tonight.
I would let shit go home at some point.
Yeah, well, you work for me. No, okay. Yeah, of course, I understand. But maybe you can just
Definitely how he probably feels.
what, AB?
I'm sorry. So this is historic.
It's historic. Yeah.
No,
I'm not saying
responding to the
3
5
a.m. I'm just saying, you want some food? I could order you food.
I mean, if we're really gonna be going for a while, maybe.
You want hummus? I bought hummus. I
Fucking love hummus.
Okay, we got some really good hummus. There's a place nearby. It's off the chain.
Let's fucking go.
But it was here in DC where they'll draw a line, they'll mass up, and then you'll start hearing them move back, and they'll establish a
Because I want to hear. Apparently, they're going to get in there and try to vote again. So I actually really want to see what happens. Yeah, that's what they said.
people away from the Capitol. Hey, Max, we need to go this way here. You're going to hit a fence. Yep. We're moving back here, further back from the Capitol. These sort of things are pretty commonplace in D.C. where there's a demonstration and D.C. police need to move people around. Basically every day of the week there's somebody yelling at a building in Washington. So this sort of thing is actually what the D.C. police know how to do. They do it very well, and they are moving the Trump supporters. Mass, you can see there are still some of the Trump flags and things up ahead here that we're walking towards as we're being moved along by the D.C. police.
And where are you right now, Chris?
National Guard, the D.C. Sure. So we are. We're right at First, and we'll be First in Delaware or so, right by the reflecting pond that's in front of the west front of the Capitol.
Yeah, I was going to say that's still pretty close to the Capitol. Got it. Still pretty close to the Capitol, but certainly backed off of it.
Still pretty close in the Capitol.
Yes, absolutely. And the crowd has gotten smaller and more. I think that's important to note. The D.C. National Guard are on scene here. We have people in military uniforms with shields.
I think if they were smart enough, then they would just dress everybody up in.
Right, like I don't think they're gonna be able to. Now that the national.
I think they just dress everybody up in disguises and sneak them in, and then do the vote in secret.
Probably,
but
hopefully.
Too dumb, because it's the big brain and fucking.
This is so weird.
Is it weird? Is it strange to see someone who isn't all dressed in black out there actually getting upset about something?
Up to the area where the inauguration
It's called a protest, an actual protest.
Reaching the Capitol, and we know that once people got inside, that turned deadly, where a woman lost her life after being shot inside the Capitol. And just some remarkable images of Capitol Police barricading.
Just some remarkable images of that woman being shot to death.
As people were apparently attempting to get inside the House chamber where members of Congress were working, and it has continued for hours now. I want to draw your attention here, Nora. You
see this in the Discord?
Well, the DC.
I didn't know Trump. I didn't know Zach was down there.
Yeah, I saw that. Little gag. Zach, how do you explain this?
What are you doing, dude?
How do you explain this?
Guilty, man.
Got him.
I gotta go where chaos is.
Out in effect until 6
Joker
a.m.
brain.
He's damaged.
Praise.
All right, tell me if there's any developments. I'll try to keep entertaining. Because we got actually a show here. You know what I'm saying?
We're live right now, huh?
Say what?
We're live right now.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Yeah, we're live, dude. We're not just sitting here watching the news. James Charles, you guys want me to slam on James Charles and me, the people?
Always.
I mean, look, rioting is bad, but have you seen what James Charles has been tweeting? I feel so stupid now. It's like, the state capitol is under siege. And James Charles just tweeted, it just seems so stupid. I don't even give a fuck. Like, seriously. I'm talking about James having beef with this girl, Jen McAllister. Like, who cares?
Have a good night, Mustard Skaven.
Sure. Trump farts during call with Georgia's Secretary of State. Now we're talking business.
That's true.
You guys all have heard this infamous call probably by now where Trump is called to Georgia's Secretary of State and he says infamously, like, all I need is 11,000 votes, you know? But did you guys know that on that call, Trump ripped ass?
What?
Oh, thank you. This is perfect. Yeah, he ripped ass. He had a Wendy Williams moment.
What?
So here, listen. Yeah, no, the guys found it. Did you guys find it, or was it just going around the internet?
It had been going around, but not that much.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Okay, so he ripped ass
Because
on
nobody
the call. Now,
cares.
listen closely, okay, first listen here.
To be able to develop.
No, we do have a way, but I don't want to get into it because we found a way in other states, later, excuse me, but we don't need it because we're only down 11,000 votes, so we don't even need it.
Dan, do you want a beverage?
I'm okay.
You want this watermelon drink? You can have mine.
You missed it. That's how quick it was. It's not even news. It's not news.
I'm really okay.
Take a drink, Dan. Take
Dan, don't be
some.
it's okay.
So listen closely. He says right before he says excuse
Listen
me. Listen up.
closely first.
Develop.
No, we do have a way, but I don't want to get into it because we found a way in other states, later, excuse me, but we don't need
It's very subtle now.
And he says, excuse
Yeah.
me?
So
Yeah.
now Zach, you isolated.
God.
Right?
Manners.
Okay, now let me
Fair
hear.
warning. He talks over the fart. Just fair warning.
Okay.
Found a way enough. Found a way enough. Found a way enough.
I'm not
That
hearing
doesn't help.
anything, dude.
You don't hear it?
Mm-mm.
Not when it's isolated.
I mean, I hear it, but like it's one of those things. Once you hear it, you won't be able to not hear it.
Found a way enough.
You don't
I
hear
don't
that?
hear anything.
Just listen under his voice.
Look, you don't hear that? I don't hear shit.
I heard
found
it.
a way enough.
Guys, I don't hear anything.
Really? You don't hear that?
No, it's true. He farted.
Am I crazy?
He
Did
farted,
you hear
guys.
that?
I'm not totally surprised you can't hear it. It's super subtle, but it is there.
It's
a minor fart.
issue. That's not part of our case. It's not part of. We just didn't feel as though we had any way to be able to develop.
No, we do have a way, but I don't want to get into it because
Exactly.
we found a way in other states, later, excuse me,
Oh, yeah.
but we don't need it because we're only down 11,000 votes, so we don't even
Kind of like
Monster fart.
Yeah.
really gross.
found a way enough.
But
Yeah.
I don't hear it there, do you?
Yeah, me neither. I don't know why.
Are you sure you got it?
Yes, 100%. I'm hearing it every time.
I think I need more. I need more.
People are saying they hear it.
Really? Okay, play it again. Play it again.
Found a way enough.
I don't hear shit. I just hear.
It's literally right on it.
What gonna tell you? I don't hear it. I need more before and after.
Try and give him a little.
You can't just give me a little fart. I need some context.
Do you hear this? That's a fart. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yes, Zach, I hear that.
Okay. Great experiment, Zach.
Found a way enough.
What, you want to play more fart sound effects and see if I'm registering it?
Well, some people can't hear certain frequencies.
Damn, exact. You know I can hear that fart. We played it a billion times.
Someone in the chat said boomer ears.
Boomer ears. Fuck you guys. Everybody can hear it.
It probably is easier with headphones, which I'm wearing right now, and I hear it very clearly. But
Give me a little before edit it. This is
it
important.
needs a little more
Our
handle.
country is under siege, and this is incriminating. We're putting Trump on trial here. Criminal flatulence.
Found a way enough.
He's working on it.
Found a way enough.
I don't hear anything. It's these speakers. I don't have boomer ears. Come here.
To be
Dan.
honest, I don't hear it either. I only heard it in the full clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everybody else can hear it, but it's not that
Yeah.
fun for me. I wish I could hear him ripping ass. It needs more, Zach. More before and after. More. More.
Okay, I'll pull it. Give me a minute.
Thank you.
Chat's saying they hear it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, they do.
The boomer ears real.
It's very low and it's very subtle. So
But I did hear it go like a big fucking ass.
yeah, it's like distant, but you can tell it's a huge fart. But it's like far away.
It's almost like he didn't even try. He was like, excuse, like he just and there's a room. He's in a room full of people. It was awesome. He just ripped ass.
I think he shit himself.
You think he should?
No, it sounds really wet.
I'm afraid a lot of the chat heard me when I was doing the fake fart with my mouth. A lot of them said they heard
you fucked it up, baby. I think you farted for real. Kim and Kanye are divorcing. Yada yada yada. Drake's new haircut's pretty good. Y'all seen this?
Everybody was goofing on. Well, I guess throw it up first. Then
Oh, there's a new link by Ian. What do you got here for us, Ian? Good afternoon from Washington State Capitol building. Protesters are now standing outside of Government J's mansion.
This is in Washington State, I assume.
Oh. Man, I don't know anything, but whoever's making those MAGA signs are making a killing. How much you want to bet all those MAGA flags are made in China? Probably made $1 billion. Why? Why exactly?
Gave up on that.
By the
channel
way,
real
check out
fast.
this that I sent. Although I don't know if you.
There's another video
It's just a
up there
photo.
too, Ethan.
Yeah, I can open that, Eli.
Okay.
So Eli just sent me that. This is a tweet from July of last year. Anarchist agitators or protesters who vandalize or damage our federal courthouse in Portland or any federal building in any of our cities or states will be prosecuted under our recently reenacted Statutes and Monuments Act. Minimum 10 years in prison. Don't do it. Oh, good. I'm glad we have a law that's applicable to these people.
But at the same time, only 13 is trending because only 13
What,
people.
AB?
They removed this tweet.
Oh, they
erased
did.
it.
They must be watching our live.
Yeah. Hey, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
You said only 13 is trending?
Yeah, because everyone is like, why only 13 were arrested?
Wait,
You know.
they said there was, for comparison, apparently there was 14,000 arrests during the George Floyd protests.
Yep.
Only 13? That's crazy.
These cops, they all support Trump. I mean, they're kind of on their side. That's why they're walking them down the steps gently.
Ma'am,
not all,
have you had
obviously,
fun?
but
Yeah.
all the
Taking
whole.
photos and shit. But I gotta believe it to see it. Let me go over to Trump's Twitter.
I sent his profile link.
It is gone.
Wow. So actually, I'm kind of confused. Oh yeah, no longer available. I'm kind of confused about like how all these lunatics are going to respond now. You know, because it's like now the
There are no
censorship is
video.
real. Now it's really happening. The overthrow is real. What does it mean that we have a president whose tweets are so violent and reprehensible that Twitter and Facebook are deleting them off their platform? What is, like, literally what?
Not only that, people are begging them to delete it.
I think their thought process, and probably one that I understand, is like, if we erase it, it's already out there. It's just going to drive people even crazier. But at the same time, it's like, God, can you imagine if they just banned him from Twitter? He would lose everything. Twitter is like his whole world.
Right.
Oh man, what a fucking loser. What a
How
piece
the
of-
fart? If
Hit me with the fart, Dad. Let's try it one more time.
I don't want to get into it because we found a way not to.
I heard it.
I heard it.
That was a juicy one.
We found a way in other states.
Hit it now?
Want the full cut?
Yeah. Or,
I don't want to get into it because we found a way in other states.
dude, it does sound like he shit himself. It was so juicy.
Wait, Mike Pence's header changed
Oh, it did change.
on Twitter
Probably
because people were thinking it was
Mike, stop. Get
Joe
off Twitter, you
and
weirdo.
he changed his banner.
Yeah, Mike.
Need it.
Let me look at Mike Pence's.
Yeah.
I just checked. It looked the same to me, but yeah, a lot of people are saying that.
No, I see a different one.
You know what?
He has two profiles.
Yeah, people are probably getting confused. He has two Twitter.
Oh.
Almost all politicians have two because they have
he is
an
the
official
VP
one.
one.
Exactly,
Yeah,
an
he's
official
insane.
and a personal. So
Thank you. I'm glad he's not on Twitter fucking around with his banner at this time.
yeah,
Okay.
evidently he is the acting commander in chief right now, so he's probably got more. shit
You
to
mean
do.
just based on this?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
well, I don't know.
Yeah.
This report that
I wasn't sure if you heard something. I
it
did.
does seem to be more because it was just a few news sources, but I saw what do you call it, Associated Press and stuff confirming that he was the one to order the National Guard in. So, I mean, the vice president does not have the power to do that.
Yeah.
So that is
the vice president doesn't really have power to do anything unless the president's incapacitated.
exactly. So it's very telling.
Protesters have breached the gates of the governor's mansion. What now? I mean, look, this is reaping what you sow. To Fox News, to Newsmax, to fucking AON, to all these personalities online, to all the GOP, all the Republicans that bow to him. When you tell people that the election was stolen, that it's a fraud, this is what you expect to happen.
Yeah.
And frankly, if that is what happened, this would be justified. But it's not.
He's stealing that!
The USA chants. Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, on one hand, it's like if they sincerely believe the election was stolen, so they're, you know what I mean. But Ted Cruz knows it wasn't. Ted Cruz is a fucking lawyer. He went to Harvard. You know that? He went to Harvard Law. Very educated, very smart. He knows the election was legit.
Right.
At the Capitol on 9/11.
Perhaps pare back the number of states that they want to challenge, and we
They do,
don't
run
know
the back.
exactly what's going to happen.
I'm just going to
next
leave it up
or
on.
when they're going to resume until those lawmakers have made their decision and conveyed it to the House Speaker.
That's the first time I've ever heard Dan using the bathroom.
Senate's Republican leader, Mitch McConnell.
You describe how lawmakers almost fearful for their lives, for their safety on Capitol Hill, to see the sergeant of arms directing the Capitol Police with guns drawn to protect the House floor there. And hearing from Senator Tammy Duckworth today that a quick thinking aide decided to gather the electoral votes, which now I understand are in that secure location with the lawmakers.
That's right. And so if this process resumes again tonight, they will continue going over those for certification documents and one by one confirming that either Joe Biden or Donald Trump won various states and then counting up those votes. Nora, this is normally a routine process. 4 years ago, it lasted 35 minutes. And the person who was presiding at that time 4 years ago was none other than Vice President
She
Joe
said
Biden.
last year this lasted 35 minutes. Angry staffer.
Go to. Oh, I didn't send you a specific tweet.
Here. You did. I clicked the wrong thing. This is a complete security nightmare. In addition to the building being trashed, who knows what was left behind by the rioters or what was accessed on these systems? Whoa.
Read that.
I am inside Nancy Pelosi's office with the thousands of revolutionaries who have stormed the building. Who is this guy? To put this in perspective, how quickly staff evacuated, emails are still on the screen alongside a federal alert warning members of the current revolution. Who is this guy?
Elijah Schaefer, of course.
Wow. I don't know how much
this
more I
guy?
can take of these guys.
The cops just let them in, someone said, pretty much. Dude, these people do not realize what they're doing. You just took a photo. Oh, I haven't seen that. This is 10 minutes ago. Send me that. What's his name?
What's his name? What's his name?
Oh, a revolutionary, Elijah Schaefer.
It's funny because they just know nothing about politics.
Good shit here. These people do not realize that taking a photograph of Nancy Pelosi's open email is not a good idea.
Yeah, probably not a good idea though.
Here apparently is people trying to fight their way out of the Capitol building. Looks like the revolution ended when the police showed up. Dude, they're way too civil to these people.
Mm.
Yeah, they should be bashing their skulls in.
This is so insane.
Nightmare.
Look at this. Special forces arrive. This is dumb. These guys are not. By the way, look how badass all these guys look. Don't fuck with any of them, right? And then you've got Larry. Larry the mall cop. Larry, come on, dude. Just let the guys do their job. Larry and Mo. Crazy. Well, seems to be slowing down the news, doesn't it?
At least for now. I mean,
which is good. Hopefully, they're just going home.
Tried to challenge the result.
President of the United States, Donald Trump, and this violence, this grotesque, lawless spectacle.
Grotesque,
of the United
lawless
States Capitol
spectacle.
is direct. There is no ambiguity about that. The president, mere moments before this happened, said in a speech to these very people that the election was stolen and that they had to.
Well, at least we see him for what he is now.
At least we see him for what he is. That's
Directly.
right.
Twitter is now just straight up deleting his tweets, something that's never happened before. The mask is off. Everybody sees.
Also, pretty literally, all these people don't wear a mask.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, literally, these people don't wear a mask. They're just infecting everybody with coronavirus.
I hereby pardon all the special.
They're bad people.
Who stormed the Capitol.
They're all bad
You
people.
know, I'm glad at least that it's
Terrible.
pretty clear to everybody. It should be.
And I am better than they are because I have the strength to stay inside. I have the courage.
It's like you're debating all the time with
I am
people
brave.
about who is this guy, Donald Trump.
I'm brave enough to stay in my home. I am brave enough to not operate a
I feel like at
business.
this point, this
I am
type
brave
of
enough to let
supporters
my
that you
children
see on
starve.
There are like actual just cult members. I feel like there's got to be a lot of his original voters that are getting away
I agree.
now.
No, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's overall. I think that is a good thing. I think that, as I was saying, a lot of the people who are supporting him are not going to be able to turn a blind eye to this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and all these. This is like a MAGA cult. It's not. You know, not many people, I hope, are going to like show up at the Capitol ready to. You know, how many people? Like 70 million people voted for him. So we only need a small fraction of people from that to get charged up.
Do something about.
From Mayor Bowser, that being announced from the Pentagon, the acting secretary, noting that that was made in consultation with the vice president and leaders of Congress. Notably absent from that conversation was President Trump, which has raised eyebrows. But it looks now like this is going to move forward on the Capitol.
Yes.
There's still a lot of activity on the streets of DC.
Please
despite
keep the
fact
vote
that
there. That would
curfew
be so
has been in
badass.
place for some 45 minutes now. So let's bring in CBS News Chief Justice and Homeland Security correspondent Jeff Pegues. And Jeff, I know you've been there all day. What have you learned?
You know, Trump's just angry that Twitter erased his tweet. That's all he cares about right now.
Mm-hmm.
Censorship. Big tech is censoring us.
I don't care because it's not me.
Apparently, Chuck Schumer said that they're planning to resume their counting at 8 o'clock.
Oh, mama. You know what? God bless him. That's heroic. That is so bad.
That's badass.
Fuck you. We are
Yeah.
finishing this. 8
Mhm.
o'clock, what time is it?
That's badass.
All right.
I
That'd
think,
be 5 o'clock our time. So
yeah,
yeah.
hour 15 minutes.
I want to be there for it. I gotta be there for it, right? I can't leave.
I think it's gonna be too long.
You know what?
We're in so deep. I mean, I could talk. Let me kill some time here. We could talk about.
Yeah, we're done with this for now.
Hair. You know?
Completely done with this for now. Because
You want to
It is what it is, boys and girls.
Yeah.
I hope that
So I was telling Ian.
you're all staying safe and having a good evening. I may be back later if some stuff starts popping off, but as of right now, who knows what's going on. Keep a vigilant eye. Thanks for joining us in the stream tonight. And as always, be your own hero, kids.